Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm cooking with Trangia 27 and the billy pot, the 2.5 litre. So it'll fit in a 25 bag. If you have a Trangia 25 bag, you'll get that system in there. And there it is. The 2.5 litre billy with a 27. Got the fry pan. Now I don't know if this comes with a billy, but I bought the camp set 24 and you get that fry pan with it. Get your lid to the billy and the fry pan. So you've got a double lid so you can fry with a lid. This is nice. And then your 27 inside. So yeah, extensive set. If you've got a 27, that is well worth the addition. So today I'm going to be cooking a curry, a jackfruit curry. I have a tin of jackfruit. I don't have a whole fresh jackfruit because they're pretty big. Some of them weigh up to 50 kilos. I'll put some links in the description about jackfruit if people don't know about it. From what I believe, jackfruit is sort of like a neutral flavour, so you can season it and spice it and it'll become whatever you want it to be. Some people say it's like a substitute chicken, but I don't know. I've had it before. It's got strangy, it does break into strands and it will stick in your teeth gaps. I know that. It's alright. I haven't got any issues with jackfruit. Peter don't like it, but not everyone likes everything, do they? So let me get set up, start getting prepped, and then we get into it. Quite a lot of stuff out. Tripod, got the camera in my hand. That's fueled up and ready to go. I have a family pack of tomatoes from Lidl. These are very nice tomatoes, very juicy, very tasty. I'm not going to use all of it. Bulb of garlic, 1 onion, small onion, coriander, and some mixed chilies. I'll just use a couple of those and I'll start prepping. I've got some seasoning, I've got my curry powder. That's not lit. There's the jackfruit. Got a bottle of wine out. I'm not going to use it now because I'm driving, but I've got it out because it's in the bag. So yeah, we're pretty set up. We've got ourselves a nice little picnic table in the corner. Van's over there, there's a car park over there. There's a lake or two over there. The Grand Union Canal is just over there, not far. I'm going to do a little walkabout in a bit when I've done my cooking and we'll have a look around. But a friend of mine came here and he said it was excellent. He loves it, but he does live near here, so Rickmansworth Aquadome. I'll put all the links in the description. Let's start with the prep. I always start with my onion. I always start with the onion. Just what I do. I've got a rubbish bag, which I'll just get out. I carry these bags. These are basically little carrier bags. Bought them in Home Bargains. You get 40 of them. Less than £1. You get 40 carrier bags. Got to be careful of my hands. This knife is razor. Get my prep work in there. You have to appreciate how small this set is. Oh, I'm making enough curry to take some home. I'm not making it all to eat now. Something smells in my van. It's either the bin or it's this garlic. But when I just got out of it and went in the back, Christ, it smelt. So I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, it stinks. And this doesn't, I don't mind garlic. I've never had an issue with garlic smell. So I don't think it's this. It's probably the bin I've had in there. I've tied it now, sealed it up. So I have to throw that away. So I've only got 4 of these cloves. It has been raining, so let's just hope that don't come back. Ow, that is sharp. Just going to mince this, slice and dice. Let's have a green and a orange, but I am going to de-seed it. Don't want them seeds in it, they're just too hot for me. Just quickly chop these up. Doesn't really matter how you chop them. Now these smell, you can smell these. They're quite tough. Hope they soften up in the cook. And probably too much chilli, to be honest. It's probably going to blow my head off. Because I do have chilli, but not often. Optional the chilies. Don't need to use chilies. Some people can't take it at all. Well, there's your chilies. So I'm going to chop some tomatoes. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need, but you can't fit more than one on it, so. Just going to slice and dice. This is going to be the complete sauce of the meal because I haven't got any water with me. It's all coming out of these tomatoes, which I don't want to be started in the cook. So that one's going to sit there when we get the cook started. So there is your 27 with the 2.5 litre billy. And that'll bloom. Once it blooms, we should be fine. And I'll get the fry balls in. This table's dirty, so I'm not putting anything that falls on it, I'm not putting in my food. Nice. Then I pull the handle up a bit because if I don't, it'll get mega hot with the flames coming around and I won't be able to touch it later. So if I leave it there, it's not in my way and it's supported itself. There's a few people turning up now to have their picnics and what's have you. So if you can hear them, I'm sorry about the noise. Very popular place. So this is going to be a jackfruit curry. I need to cut the jackfruit up. All the tomatoes are going to go in there. Great knife, Sandy. Do love this knife. Every time it touches my fingernails, it just feels razor. I don't want to lose too much juice through the board. Let's go and do another one for now and see how that goes. So we've got a sizzle on. There's no wind, so the sizzle's on, but there's not a lot of wind, if any. I'd say it's not even a breeze. These trees aren't even moving. Just waiting for the Trangia to get really bloomed like it is now. Lovely. We'll get that to break down, caramelise the onions. I've got to drain this off, there's water in this. That's the jackfruit. So it comes in pieces, so I just cut pieces. But I do like to cut it more because it's not really what I'd call mouth size. So I do like to cut it up, as you can see. And you can see it's quite a strandy sort of material. With the jackfruit you get some really soft bits and you get harder bits. We'll get those tomatoes in, otherwise it's really going to stick. And the great thing about the dilly, you've got a lid. Little shout out to Ian. He did ask me if I should get the 2.5 litre billy out. And I said to him last time I got it out, everyone said I was greedy. But I am taking this home, some of it. I'm going to eat some of it. I'm not greedy. Might have been once. I'm going to let this go on the power it's on and then look at it, see how it's going. And then I might reduce it to a simmer, because it is on high power at the moment. So this is my curry seasoning, which is garam masala and a mild madras. I'd rather let this water down a bit more than put this straight in. I'm going to put a little bit in, let it reduce a bit. I need to get a lid on it. If I don't get a lid on it, it'll dry out too quick. Nice thing about the lid, it's got a little recess in it, so you can leave a spoon or something like in there. But I'm not. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm going to actually simmer it because it is going a bit mental. So the simmering should let that reduce. It should keep all the fluid in there, apart from a little bit of steam escape, and it'll drip back off the lid. So that'd be perfect. The coriander goes in later because you don't want to stew that down. You just want to keep the flavours in it. So you want it quite young when it's in there, you know, not boiling it down. God, I feel like cracking a bottle of wine, but I can't. So I'll get back to you in a bit, let it stew down. I'm going to enjoy the nature. So this is the Grand Union Canal, and there's a few birds. I've just seen a swan that hissed at me, which is going to do that again on the way back. You can't see it on the GoPro. There's a nest over there with a coot on it. Yeah, got a lot of river boats, a lot of canal boats. It's lovely. And this is just on the other side of where I was sitting. I'm not going to walk down too far. But the lake shots I did, that's just on the other side. So you've got everything here. If you like water, I think I've ridden this on my bike. I do remember riding the canal, not too sure what section. I'd have to look it up, but I've possibly done it. If I haven't, I will do it at some point. But I've got to get past this swan. It's going to go at me again. Too bad. So there's the rest of the canal. Well, not the rest, that's the other side, you can see up. And this is where I was down here. Just there on the benches, which you probably can't see very well on a GoPro. So let's have a look. It's been about 8 minutes, and there we go. Save some of the moisture. You can see it's dripping back off the lid, and it's got a good set of moisture in it now coming out of those tomatoes. That's all I've got for fluids. Let's give it a stir. I've put in some more curry powder, so another 3 spoonfuls, heaped teaspoons. And don't forget your jackfruit's already cooked, it's in a can. I don't actually think it's really a fruit, I'm not sure what it is. It might be a berry, big one. It's like kiwi, that's not fruit, that's a berry, and strawberry's a fruit. Because if I keep this going too long, it'll dry out. So I'm going to leave it for a few more minutes, call it done. It's very quick, easy dish. I mean, the more you stew it down, I didn't add any salt. I always add salt for taste afterwards, if I haven't got any, and I haven't got any. Not worrying me, I'm not a big salt fan when it comes to like, I need salt taste, because I don't. I cut out salt and sugar a long time ago. And with the simmer on, you get a heat spot in the middle, so just keep poking at it until you scrape that away, and it go. Because the simmer's doing its job lovely. It's just coming up to the bottom of the pan. I'm going to test this, see how hot it is for spice. It's got chilies in it, and I put in curry powders, but they're mild ones. Then I'm going to throw the coriander in, because it's not far off done. Get a little bit of the jackfruit. alright. That's nice. It's spicy, but nice. Get the coriander in there and give that a little bit of a cook. Stir this in, it will break down. Do you know what? I'm going to take the heat off. The reason being, you don't need the heat to break this down. The heat in there is going to do it. Let's see if I can get this to turn, because it is very stiff. It's like surgical operations doing this. Go on, turn. I think that's out. So I've put the flame out and I'm just going to let this break down, because it should. Just the heat of the actual food should break it down. Doesn't need more because I'm running out of fluid. So I'm going to put the lid back on, let it sit, and then I'm going to say it's done. A 2.5 litre billy can on the 27. Lovely pan to cook with. You can hang it from the bail arm if you've got an open fire. And it's a really nice sized pot and everything fits in it, it nests. So it doesn't make the kit much bigger to carry. So having that extra pot gives you so much more versatility, but you don't get the extra big bulk. I'd say it's still smaller than a 25 set. So I think that is the best addition, apart from a triangle, to put with your 27. Because a triangle is an amazing addition, but that one pot on its own, just you can cook for 3 or 4 people and still make brews and all that if you had a triangle, and rice and other bits and pieces. So yeah, this is one of my top additions I would definitely get if I had a 27 kit, which I did get. But I say I bought a Camp 24 set, which at the time was a steal for the price, but I never heard of it. I just found it on the internet, bought it, and they sold out because I put the link up saying where to get it. It just sold out, and they put the price up as well. So I'm so happy with this. I've got the 4.5 litre for the 25, but that is a big pot. That's a proper group cook, whereas this is a big 1 or 2 or 3 people meal. Even 4, it depends, doesn't it, how much people want to eat. But if you're starving and there's a few of you, that pot will get you through there. Really good pot. So let's have a look at it now. It's sat there for a few minutes with the coriander. So it's been sitting for a few minutes with the coriander in it. And it just basically breaks down. It's like spinach. And it's starting to dry out, it's absorbing. Heat is out, so it's all good. Yeah, pleased with that. There's a burst of flavour. Coriander's fresh. They vacuum pack those, I believe, with nitrogen to keep them fresher. It's got spice, but that coriander is lovely. If I went to my Asian supermarket, I could get it fresh, but I didn't go there today. You can put anything in, do chicken, lamb, beef, whatever you want to put in. It's the same principle. Just fry it up with a fry, cook it off, and if it doesn't cook fully through on that fry, when you put all your other stuff in and boil it, it will cook through. Break a piece of meat first and look at the inside. If it's consistent, you know it's ready. This is lovely. Well, that's it. Jackfruit curry. And the 27 series with the 2.5 litre billy can, the edition, which is well worth making. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. See you then. Bye bye.